Welcome to the CART EMR Lab video tutorial series. This video will cover how to use a Fusion F3D file as a shareable tool library. So I have an example part here that I actually want to laser cut, but in this part I do not have the laser cut tool library for the laser beam dimensions and also for the laser nozzle. So in order to do this, I either have to recreate them manually, or there's another way. If you're working in a group, a design group, or at a company, and you have defined tool libraries for milling, for any of the styles of cutting, you can share them out as a F3D file that you can then import from. So I already have mine open here. Your group will have its own definition of where to get these files. So I have this open, and one of the things you want to do is you want to make sure that both files that you're working in are in the manufacturer workspace. So if I go back over to my tool library, you see it's in design. I need to switch it to manufacturer. Also, when I'm on my regular part, I need to switch it to manufacturer just to access the tool library. Now when I click on the tool library, you'll see I have tool library with a couple tools listed. Actually, one's a tool and one is a tool holder. And then I have my export test export file that I'm using as an example. What I want to do is I want to take the items needed for this particular program. So I want the nozzle and the cutter, and I just want to click once on them and drag over to the tree over here and drag them onto the file that I want to copy them into and let go. And you can see it appeared up here as a separate copy. I'm going to do the same thing with the laser cutter tool. And now those tools are contained within my text export file. So I can close the tool library down, and if I close the part file that had the tools in it, when I go back into my tool library, I still have those items within this current file to use for programming the machining or the laser cutting or the water jet, whichever process you're using. So that functionality can be used for milling cutters, lathe cutters, any of the cutters that are in the tool library here, anything that's listed here, any of these different types of cutters you see in the example files can be copied over. This is just a convenient way to define your group-specific tools and share them amongst multiple individuals.